Driving reviews are out for the new ZR1, and boomers rejoice. You might actually survive your trip back from the dealer. Yes, it would appear, despite making quadruple-digit horsepower to the rear wheels, it actually does not want to bite your head off like ZR1s of old. Don't get me wrong, poke the bear and you will get bit. But it seems it's more of a gentle giant than it's ever been. Like, if it were Godzilla, it would apologize for stepping on your house. For context, the ZR1 nameplate has always been reserved for the top-of-the-line Corvette, goes all the way back to the C4. That car, I would argue, put American performance on the map like no car before it. Think about what came before it, the old muscle cars, even the Viper, those were downright crude in comparison. It blended cutting-edge tech, usability, and capability perfectly. And when it came out, it put everything to shame, including other Corvettes. ZR1 skipped the C5 altogether and came back with a bang for the C6. If you own a wardrobe made entirely of tap-out shirts, and you wore Pit Vipers to your sister's wedding, your dream car is probably a Blue Devil ZR1. My god, this thing was a world beater, and it took a royal dump on everything else. Carbon everywhere, mag ride, brakes from an Enzo. You could see the blower through the hood. This thing came out in '09 and people still gush about it to this day. I think that's enough said. The interior was low rent, typical GM parts bin stuff. It had the same steering wheel you'd find in a Cobalt, but that's what gives you the ability to get into one for half the money you'd spend going to the Italians. Just make sure you budget for tires. You'll need plenty. The C7 basically followed the same recipe and turned it up to 11. More power, because, you know, America. The cowl was so tall on these, you'd basically have to pull one of these every time you drive it. But the issue with this one is it always wanted to off you. Way too much power for how much traction was available, and it was approaching the limit for what could be done with a traditional FR layout. When the C8 went mid-engine, boomers all around the world collectively chucked their New Balances at their TVs in anger. I was angry too. How could the Corvette turn its back on its roots just to give Maranello a good fight? But then the dust settled, and I realized the Corvette didn't really have anywhere else to go on the front engine layout. Like, there wasn't any meat left on the bone. Look at any car that performs on the level of a next-gen ZR1. None of them are front engine and rear wheel drive, until you spend well over $500,000. I was also mad they ditched the supercharger for this car. But then I realized, superchargers can be bad for your health. They give you almost instant torque, and it's very difficult to put down power gradually and smoothly like you can with turbos. It would defeat the whole point of going mid-engine. The result of this innovation is even with more power, the C8 can actually put it down. Turbo lag is a thing of the past these days. Add in expert chassis tuning from GM and the inherent benefits of going mid-engine, and you have a real cutthroat, even if it's compromised slightly on its identity. And it looks like a bug. Let me know what you guys think. Like and follow for more.